All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right into it here tonight. Oh! Let's go, chat. These drivers out on the racetrack here for heat race number 1. Heat race number 1 already coming right at you here as we're going to get ready to lock and load here as Matt Purchase is going to lead us down here to the green flag. Purchase out in front. He's got the 51 ride, I do believe, of James Shirley there to his outside, as Shirley with a good jump there up on the high side of the racetrack, and it's gonna be Mr. Bubba Wallace taking the lead here as Wallace out in front. I do believe that is James Shirley. They're just messing with some names here as Remington Marquette up there in that 18 ride, trying to take that second spot away from Connor Jeffers, as Jeffers down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. Jeffers looking very, very good here early on in this one, but here comes Dan Ferguson as Ferguson in the 11 machine quickly trying to work his way up through the field here as he's up into position number 4, and he's looking for more as he jumps up to the high side and makes the pass on the 5 ride of Connor Jeffers. Kyle Creasy right there in position number 5. He's going to try to slide his way up as he makes a little bit of contact as the 5 ride of Connor Jeffers slides up right in front of him. Out in front, though, it is all the 51 machine as he is absolutely gone here, almost out to a 2-second lead as James Shirley continues to lead the way here in heat race number 1. Remington Marquette there in position number 2. Ferguson right there with him as Connor Jeffers still just trying to hold on to that 4th position on the racetrack. As these guys continue to be in bang, you see Matt Purchase right there on their back bumper, and there goes Kyle Creasy upside down on the backstretch here at Weedsport Speedway. Creasy going for a wild ride there as Nick Stone's now going to get around him in that X15 Tyler Bushy ride as Nick Stone right there in that Final Solutions machine. It is all Wallace out in front here, which is actually James Shirley, and Shirley leads the way here out in front in this one. That 51 ride is absolutely gone now into about a 2.2 second lead. Remington Marquette solidly right there in position number 2 with Dan Ferguson right there in 3rd as they get 2 more laps left to go. Connor Jeffers still holding on to position number 4 there as Matt Purchase into 5th. Nick Stone there in 6th, and unfortunately Kyle Creasy off the racetrack after going upside down as James Shirley picks up the white flag one more time around for the 51 ride of James Shirley as Shirley out in front. He's going to come off corner number 4, and he's going to get the checkered flag here in heat race number 1. Remington Marquette there in position number 2. Dan Ferguson coming home in 3rd with Connor Jeffers, Nick Stone, and Matt Purchase rounding out our field of active drivers here. Our 6th place driver is Kyle Creasy. Unfortunately did not get to finish this one off, and Ryan Holland did not take the green flag as we're going to get these drivers loaded up and ready to get going here for heat race number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in, chat. Welcome in, baby. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to get ready to rock and roll here for heat race number 2 as these drivers start to load into the sim here at the beautiful Weedsport Speedway. Man, this is a wonderful, wonderful racetrack, and we actually have quite a few drivers in attendance here tonight that have ran this racetrack in real life. That'd be with the Pro Stock Series, the Dirt Car Pro Stock Series, or the Dirt Car Sportsman's. We have a lot of these drivers that are in here that have competed here at this racetrack. So that's going to make it kind of a home track feel here for some of these guys, as this is a track they've definitely gotten some good laps in. All right, as we're going to quickly jump over and make sure that we got everything locked and loaded here on Facebook and over on the YouTube as well, as heat race number 2 starts to roll out on the racetrack here. We're going to get these drivers loaded in and ready to go. Josh Blakely coming in with that hashtag Rocket Man, coming in with the hashtag Rocket Man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I don't think Merkley's in here, unfortunately, though. Normally Merkley is out here. Yo, Reed Sanders, James Normoyle Jr. coming in with the likes on the stream. Susie Dickinson, my girl, coming in with that gosh heckin' like on the stream. Brianne coming in with that like as well. What is good, Bree? What is good, my girl? Jeff Dickinson and Ty Dickinson coming in with the likes as well. What is good? Yo, Cannon, Mr. McDonald coming in showing that love. What is good, Cannon? All right, ladies and gentlemen, heat race number 2 out onto the racetrack here as we're going to get these drivers ready to rock and roll. Starting on the pole in this one in the 6th ride, that is Jamie Jeffers. To his outside in the 18, that is Gavin Isley. Then we see Derek Anderson, Cody Sager, Clay Christopherson, and Joseph Getman rounding out our field here in heat race number 2 as Jamie Jeffers takes the lead down the backstretch. You see Isley up there on the high side. Isley's been one of these drivers that have ran this racetrack, and here he is, showing that he knows how to get her done as he's right up there around the high side of the racetrack, and he's going to take that lead away here from Jefferson. As Jefferson now sliding back to second, he's got Clay Christopherson right there to his inside in that FTM machine as that 51 ride tries to work the bottom side of the racetrack. It's exactly what Isley wants to see. He wants to see these guys continuing to battle side by side. Right there behind him as Isley's trying to stretch his lead out here. He would like to try to pick up heat race win number 2 the same way we just saw James Shirley do it in heat race number 1, but now Jamie Jeffers gets up into that outside wall. Clay Christopherson is going to be able to make that pass, and he's going to try to hunt down our leader in that 18 machine of Gavin Isley. See Derek Anderson slide up there and make that pass, as well as the 17 ride. The Gravedigger machine jumps up there and takes that 3rd spot away, but Jamie Jeffers almost throws it back in there as Joseph Getman in the 22 ride right there in that 4th position now as he tries to work to the outside. They get a little bit tight there going through corner number 1 and 2. Gavin Isley, though, still out in front as the 51 rider, Clay Christopherson, tries to hunt him down as Clay right there in position number 2, about 0.4 of a second behind here as he tries to close that gap. These drivers doing a great job keeping it nice and clean and green out here on the racetrack. You also see Daniel Cummings Jr. jumping back onto the track here as well. Just unfortunately missed the start of this one. Looks like he's going to sport that Gravedigger ride as well, that bat to the bone machine, as Daniel Cummings back there in 7th. Cody Sager there in position number 6, but out in front it's still Gavin Isley. But we're going to get a good look at a battle for the lead here at the front of the field as Isley up corner number 4, almost side by side as the white flag flies one more time around for the Performance Automotive number 18 machine of Gavin Isley. But Clay Christopherson right there in position number 2 is going to look down to the bottom side, and it's a drag race, but Gavin Isley is going to pick up heat race win number 2. Clay Christopherson there in position number 2. Derek Anderson, Jamie Jeffers, Joseph Getman, Cody Sager, and Daniel Cummings rounding out our field there for heat race number 2. Sup, Cannon? What is good, my boy? Cannon coming in, showing that love with the exclamation mark followage. Coming in, how many days has it been now, my boy? How many days has it been? It's been a little while. Yo, Nick, what is good, Nick? Nick coming in, showing that love as well. Coming in with 129 days of followage. Let's go, Cannon. Let's go, my boy. Much love, homie. Yo, Steven Fish, my boy Steven coming in, showing that love as well. Smashing that like on the stream. Nick coming in, smashing that like. Cannon hitting that like on the stream as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just tuning in over on Facebook, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that follow button. And if you're tuning in over on YouTube, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button as we continue to build more and more and more over there on YouTube Gaming. As now we're over 100 subscribers. We got a long ways away to go before we get monetized over there, but we're going to continue to rock and roll. Yo, Christine Eck, Christine, my girl Christine coming in with the 718 days of being a follower. Are you kidding me, Christine? That is crazy. That is a long time. 718 days of being a follower here on Peacemaker Gaming. Much appreciated. Much love, my girl, being one of those very first you know, being one of the first people to be a part of the Peacemaker crew. That's absolutely wicked. That's absolutely insane to think of. All right, as we're gonna get ready to rock and roll here with heat race number 2, as these drivers start to get loaded in, starting on the pole in this one, in the 9 ride, that is Ty Dickinson. To his outside in the 721, we see James Normoyle, then we see Dean Reynolds, Tommy Bailey, Andrew Gates, Cody Wheaton, and Michael Peak rounding out our field as we're going to get loaded up and we're going to go green flag racing, and they're already around Ty Dickinson. Getting right into the 721 ride of James Normoyle. I don't think that's the way they wanted it to go here in heat race number 1, as Ty, unfortunately, gets up the racetrack into that 721 ride. We're going to take a quick look back and see what happens here. As the green flag comes out and Ty, looks like the front tires just kicked to the hard left. Tommy Bailey goes around as well. Tough break there for a lot of these guys. An unfortunate break as they get rocking and rolling here once again. Dean Reynolds, I do believe, is shown as our leader here. Susie Dickinson coming in with that hashtag Sweet Tea, the Sweet Tea Gang. As these guys get locked and loaded here for heat race number 3. Already some craziness unfolding as Dean Reynolds out in front here with a big lead over Andrew Gates, as Gates there in position number 2. Cody Wheaton there in 3rd with Michael Peak right there in 4th. Tommy Bailey back in position number 5. There's a little bit of damage to that ride with Ty Dickinson and James Normoyle rounding out our field here after that contact on the initial start, as I'm not too sure what happened there. Maybe Ty was not expecting it, kind of maybe he didn't have his hands on the wheel. I don't know what happened, bro. But Dean Reynolds out in front as he leads the way here. Andrew Gates right there in 2nd in that Draper Doors number 21 machine, as he tries to work his way up and towards that number 79 ride of Dean Reynolds, as Reynolds right there still trying to pull away more and more and more as he hits about halfway through this heat race. Michael Peak there in 3rd doing a great job, as Peak right there in that W6 machine, that Showtime Custom Wraps Upstate RC and Hobbies machine, as he's there in position number 3rd, moving forward 4 positions. Now Tommy Bailey there in 4th in that 44 machine. Ty Dickinson into 5th, as it looks like Cody Wheaton, unfortunately for the 88 ride, having some issues here, but the white flag has already been thrown, as it looks like Dean Reynolds is going to try to come home with an easy heat race win here. It's the 79 ride out in front by about 3 seconds here, and down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, it's gonna be Dean Reynolds picking up heat race win number 3. Andrew Gates coming home in position number 2. Michael Peak there in 3rd. Tommy Bailey coming home in 4th. Ty Dickinson, James Normoyle, and Cody Wheaton rounding out our field here. See a lot of damage there to that 88 ride. I'm not too sure what happened to him. It looked like he must have got up into that outside wall and went for a ride himself. Yo, what is up, Drew? What's good, Mark? I know, Mark. It is what it is. Zachary Beige coming in, showing that love as well, smashing that like on the stream. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers are going to jump out onto the racetrack here, as they are going to get a little bit of warm-up in here. They're going to make sure that their setups are good. They're going to make sure that they, have a handle on these things and make sure that they are ready to go. My wheel literally snapped right on me. I never do that. Not sure what happened. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured something. It just looked like that your front wheels just turned absolutely to the right-hand side. As soon as you got on the throttle, just looked like that thing just snapped to the right there. I don't know if that's an iRacing issue or what that is. It's these guys out onto the racetrack. They're going to get a couple minutes here to get warmed up, and that means we're going to get in here, and we're going to try to get some shares out on the stream. Yo, Drew Spencer coming in with that like on the stream as well. And this is why I don't participate anymore. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Mark. It is what it is, man. At the end of the day, it's just a game, right? It's just a game. That's all this is. These guys are just here to have fun. That's all it is. Things happen. It's a game. load in, try again, do it again. You wreck some, you win some. It is what it is, right? That's the way you gotta go into it, man. That's the way you gotta go into it. It's just a game at the end of the day. There's nothing that you can do or can't do about any kind of certain situation. All right, as we're going to quickly jump over to the YouTube channel here, make sure that we got iRacing tagged as the game. Let me jump in here quickly and go through some of this stuff. Thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as our practice session is over, practice session coming to an end here, as we're going to get loaded in and ready here for our main feature event, our first race of the evening here, as we're going to have another race right after this one, as we're going to get loaded in and get ready to rock and roll here. It would be different if I intentionally did it, but that's not how I drive. I asked for an EOL on the feature, owning up for my for what happened. Exactly, and that's what it is, man. That's what it is, and that's all people can do in certain situations, and things happen. It is what it is, Mr. Ty. It is what it is. Yo, Jordan LaFawn coming in with that like on the stream as well. Jordan coming in, smashing that like button. Michael Dickinson coming in with that like and the share as well. Zachary coming in with that like. Christine Eck with that like on the stream. Drew Allen Spencer coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it, baby. Oh, chat, let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a heck of a show, man. This is going to be one great battle here throughout the evening, as we got a lot of great drivers here. A lot of drivers that have, you know, they've been here. They've raced this racetrack. They know what to do. They know how to handle it. They know how this track is going to change, and a little bit more of the bumps and everything else out here, as we're going to start rocking and rolling. And starting on the pole in this one, in the 51 ride, that is James Shirley in that 51 machine. To his outside in the 18 ride, it's a Performance Automotive number 18 of Gavin Isley. And starting there inside of row number 2 in the 79, that is Dean Reynolds. To his outside in another one of those Performance Automotive machines, that is Remington Marquette. And starting inside of row number 3 in the 51, that is Clay Christopherson. Is outside in the 21, that is Andrew Gates. Then we see Dan Ferguson starting there in 7th. He's going to have the Gravedigger ride of Derek Anderson there to his outside. Michael Peak there in position number 9 with Connor Jeffers, Tommy Bailey, Jamie Jeffers, Joseph Getman, Nick Stone, Matt Purchase, Cody Sager, James Normoyle, Kyle Creasy, Daniel Cummings, Cody Wheaton, and Ty Dickinson rounding out our field, as we got 21 drivers to go to battle here, as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. As the 51 ride quickly jumps out in front, Isley trying to cross down underneath of him, but the 79 ride of Dean Reynolds says, nah, the bottom side is mine, Isley, and I'm going to stick it right down here, and I'm going to try to take that second spot away from you, as James Shirley leads the way here early on in this one, leading lap number 1 as the caution flag flies. You see that iRacing pace truck quickly hurrying back out onto the racetrack as we're going to take a look back and see what brings out our first caution flag of the evening. As it looks like Dan Ferguson and Connor Jeffer, unfortunately, maybe coming together here. As we'll keep an eye here on the 11 machine there of Dan Ferguson. He sends it in, makes some contact there with Andrew Gates, kind of gets shoved down the racetrack. Jeffers into it, Nick Stone into it, the 20 rider, Cody Wheaton in there as well. As they all kind of just get a little bit log jammed down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Definitely not how things wanted to go here for that 11 rider, Dan Ferguson. Let's take another look. That contact right there gets that Draper Gores number 21 ride super loose down the racetrack, and then they all just kind of pile in there. Nick Stone parked up on the rear tank there of the 5 ride of Connor Jeffers. That's a tough break as we're going to get him stacked back up. We're going to get him lined back up and ready to go back to green flag racing. Looks like the lights still on this official iRacing pace truck. So we're going to get him loaded in and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll see if these lights turn off this time by. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure y'all hit that like button and hit that share button as we continue to rock and roll here. It's another wicked night of racing action here for the Battle of the Borders League presented by the Vinyl Solution Signs and Designs. As we just saw the owner there, Dan Ferguson, unfortunately having some hard contact and almost ending his night early here, but looks like he's going to stick it out onto the racetrack still as we're going to get him lined up, and we're going to get ready for the green flag here once again as the green flag back out in the air here for the 51 ride of James Shirley. Shirley out in front, but here comes Gavin Isley. Isley down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. He's going to try to look to take the lead away from the 51 ride, but here comes Shirley with a big head of steam on the high side in the caution flag flies here once again. Heartbreak there for Isley as he hit that restart absolutely perfect, and I don't know if they're going to give him that top spot. It doesn't look like it. Looks like James Shirley is going to work his way back into the lead here with that caution flag coming out at a perfect time there as Isley was looking very good. As they're going to wait for that official iRacing pace truck to get up here and pass those guys. We'll take a look back and see what happens. Looks like the 53 ride here of Matt Burgess. Oh, gets ran into from behind. I do believe that was the 19 ride of Daniel Cummings Jr. As Daniel goes in there and runs right into him. Let's see if we can get a different look at this one as sends it in there. Gets him turned around. Kyle Creasy gets a good piece of that one up into that outside wall as well. A tough break there for Matt Purchase. But we're going to get him stacked up, and it does look like Gavin Isley is going to keep that lead. So the 18 ride of Gavin Isley out in front here. That's going to move the 51 ride of James Shirley back into position number 2. Clay Christopherson there in position number 3 as that FDM machine slowly but surely working his way up towards the front of the field. Dean Reynolds right there in 4th. Remington Marquette there in position number 5 as we see Nick Stone getting his wave around in that Tyler Bushy number X15 paint scheme as he's going to get his lap back and he's going to try to get back on to the lead lap here for that X15 ride. So we got him lined up here. We're going to get ready to rock and roll here once again. Yo, Jordan, my boy Jordan coming in. What is good, my dude? What is good? Coke on Black, come on Blackjack Racing. Let's go, Damien. Damien Sharp coming in, cheering on. We believe that is the Blackjack Racing ride, the FDM machine there of Christopherson there, doing a great job up in position number 3. Yo, Deidre and Jordan coming in, showing that love as well as we are back. The green flag racing as Gavin Isley out in front. James Shirley right there in 2nd. Clay Christopherson there in position number 3. Dean Reynolds and Remington Marquette there in 4th and 5th. Michael Peak in that W6 machine trying to make the pass here. Trying to make that pass for position number 6 on the racetrack, side by side there with Derek Anderson, but here comes Andrew Gates in the Draper Doors, number 21 ride. Looked like he was going to look to the outside here. As these guys continue to duke it out throughout the field. Gavin Isley still out in front doing his thing in that Dingman Farms number 18 ride, stuck right down on the bottom side of the racetrack. That Performance Automotive ride hooked up here tonight as he looks to try to stretch his lead out more and more here in this one as he continues to show him how to get it done. You see James Normoyle Jr. slowly but surely trying to work his way through the field here. Normoyle back there in about the 12th position. He's got Ty Dickinson and Joseph Getman right there in front of him. Getman trying to work his way up in towards the top 5 as he's got Tommy Bailey, and then that side-by-side battle of Derek Anderson and Andrew Gates right there in front of him. Great run there for Michael Peak up on the high side of the racetrack as he's worked his way now past Derek Anderson into that 6th position. He's got Remington Marquette right there in front of him as we see a couple drivers turned around here and another caution flag coming out. We're going to take a look and see what happens here in this one, as it looks like Daniel Cummings and Cody Wheaton coming together there. Oh, the 19 ride just sends it in a little bit too deep. Connor Jeffers gets into it as well. Dan Ferguson gets a piece of the 88 ride. Oh, that was our leader, Gavin Isley, getting collected in that as well. Isley coming out of corner number 4. I don't think he expected the Wheaton ride to be turned around there, and he drives right into him. Hopefully not a lot of damage here to the 18 machine is right there. Oh, man. That's definitely not what you want as the leader of a race, is to have a driver that's unfortunately turned around, parked right there in the middle of the racetrack in front of you. We're going to jump right on board here, right into the cockpit here with Gavin Isley. See what he sees. He sees the first ride, the 19 ride down low. He tries to avoid it, but just doesn't quite see the 88 as he pulls down in front of him. Unfortunately, collects the 18 of Gavin Isley. A tough break there, but I do believe Isley is going to stay out in front. They're going to give him his spot back on the racetrack. Luckily enough, this is just a simulation, and the damage does not really affect the rides that much, and especially if you have some quick repairs. So Isley was able to jump back out onto the racetrack and not have that car completely destroyed. All right, the lights are turned off, the official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose as Gavin Isley out in front. James Shirley right there to his outside. Dean Reynolds, Clay Christopherson, and Remington Marquette round out our top 5 as we are back to green flag racing as the green flag back out in the air here. Gavin Isley out in front. A great restart, but here comes Shirley. Looked like he was going to try to make the pass down on the bottom side as the caution flag quickly coming back out here as cautions, breeding cautions here in this one as we're going to take a look and see what happens. Looks like Andrew Gates in the 21 ride, that Draper Doors machine, unfortunately, like he may be the cause here as the 17 ride kind of gets into him. The 18 ride, a Remington Marquette, was already turned around, and you can see these guys just beating and banging. Dan Ferguson going upside down there. A crazy ride there for Fergie. So James Normoyle Jr. get into it. Connor Jeffers jump right on board here and get a good look with Dan Ferguson of what really happened here. He's quite a ways behind it. He's going to come into this one a little bit later on. It looks like Remington just kind of loses it on the bottom side. Nowhere to go for the 21 ride or the 17. And then right there, 17 ride trying to get back going, kind of just gets a piece of the side of the 11 ride, and an unfortunate break there for Dan Ferguson with a lot of heavy damage. The 11 ride can see very busted up as we're going to get him loaded back in, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here. But that one definitely threw a wrench into a lot of drivers' plans. A tough break there for Remington Marquette as he was up inside the top 5 there in that Performance Automotive number 18 ride. Andrew Gates was right there behind him and just nowhere the Gates ride to go as he gets into the side of the 18 ride, and then a tough break as well for the 17 of Derek Anderson as he just drove right into both of those guys and just created a absolute mayhem there out of corner number 2 as those guys all just kept driving into it. As we got them lined back up, and we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose. Ladies and gentlemen, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up session. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers as we're going to go back to the green flag. All right, it's the caution flag coming out rather quickly there in that one. Caution flag coming back out. You saw it there. It was the 251 rides of Clay Christopherson and James Shirley, unfortunately, coming together here in corner number 3 and 4. We're going to take a look back, see what happens as these guys battled hard down the backstretch here. We're just going to take a look back and see what happens all the way through. Right off this restart, let's take a look at these two as these two just battled hard here. We're going to jump right on board with the 51 ride of Shirley. A little bit of contact there, shoving Shirley up the racetrack here. Shirley with a big run here to the outside, but you can see Clay just kind of throws a blocker there on him, and then James tries to send it in there, and ooh. He throttles into it and kind of just gets right in to the 51 ride of Clay Christopherson. That was a bit of a tough hit there. Let's see if we can get another angle at this one. So we're gonna watch this one right again from this restart. Oof. All right, well, that was that as we're going to get them stacked back up and we're going to get ready to go back at it here. Gavin Isley now out in front. Dean Reynolds there in second. Michael Peake there in position number 3. Tommy Bailey, James Normoyle now up inside the top 5. Ty Dickinson there in position number 6. But Jamie Jeffers, Cody Sager, Matt Purchase rounding out our top 10 as we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose. We're going to jump back into the Peacemaker game and crank it up. All right, it's the caution flag coming back out here once again. Caution flag coming back out as we saw Joseph Getman, unfortunately, getting turned around there. A tough break there for Getman. So we're going to take a look back and see what happens here to the 22 machine. All right, let's take a look and see what happens here as The 22 ride of Joseph Getman and worked his way up almost inside the top 5 here. Oh, him and Michael Peak just get together. Everyone kind of just running out of room there. As Joseph Getman drives into it. As Michael Peak gets into him here. Slides up in front of him, just kind of hits that nose up into that outside wall and hits Connor Jeffers there. Remington Marquette nowhere to go. The 19 ride of Daniel Cummings nowhere to go. Drives into that 22 ride as well as Joseph Getman gets collected here in this one. But we're going to stack them back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here. And we're going to keep on with this crank it up session as we continue to try to get some shares out ourselves here, as we're trying to get some shares out. So we're going to crank it up here once again. Hopefully the curse doesn't continue with the crank it up caution flags. We're going to crank it back up. Ladies and gentlemen, you came for a show. Well, here you go, as we're back to the green flag. All right, is the caution flag going to come back out here once again? A little bit of cautions, breeding cautions here. Is the caution flag coming back out? We're going to take a look back and see what happens, as we just saw Ty Dickinson make that pass over Michael Peak for position number 5 on the racetrack. Let's take a look and see what happens here. It looks like Kyle Creasy and Dan Ferguson, not the night Dan Ferguson wanted to have here, as it looks like Creasy up into that outside wall here. Tries to come down the racetrack. They're a little bit 3 wide. They come together there off corner number 4. They just run out of racing room, and a tough break there as Kyle Creasy upside down. And a lot of heavy damage there to Dan Ferguson as well, as these guys just unfortunately run out of room there off corner number 4. That Rockstar ride, unfortunately, upside down. Going to have to take that thing down pit side, as we're going to get him lined back up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing as Gavin Isley out in front. But here comes James Normoyle, as Normoyle now has worked his way up into that second spot. You can see a lot of damage on that 721 ride, but he's had to work his way through a lot of traffic as Normoyle now into that second spot from deep in the field. I do believe he started back in that 16th position. Dean Reynolds right there in third, having a great run in the 79 ride. Tommy Bailey there in fourth in the 44 machine. And Ty Dickinson rounding out our top 5. Michael Peak, Jamie Jeffers, Derek Anderson, Cody Sager, and Cody Wheaton rounding out our top 10, as we are back to green flag racing here at Weedsport Speedway. Gavin Isley out in front, trying to do what he does best, and that's pick up checkered flags, as he's got that 18 ride absolutely hooked up here tonight. But James Normoyle with some good moves has worked his way now into second, and here we go. We're gonna have a show as Normoyle bounces off the outside wall just ever so slightly. Normoyle is gonna give up a little bit there, as the caution flag is gonna come back out here. Caution flag coming back out, as it looks like Kyle Creasy, actually looks like Kyle Creasy just coming onto the track is going to bring out this caution flag here. That's all this one is. Unfortunate break there for the field, as we're going to get some good racing in there. Kyle Creasy trying to merge his way back onto the racetrack. iRacing, I guess, did not like that. They throw the caution flag there for the 14 ride, jumping back out onto the track. The caution flag going to come out. That's a tough one. That's a tough one as we were just getting some momentum built up, getting ready to see some wicked racing there. Yo, Odell coming in with that like on the stream. Odell Gaming coming in, smashing that like. Caleb Servin coming in with that like on the stream. Derek Moore coming in, smashing the like as well. Now that is a racing incident. Yes, exactly, Mark. Exactly, my boy. Yo, Dirt Panda Racing team coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. Hey, Bryce. Let's go, chat. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen, as we are back to green flag racing here at Weedsport with Gavin Isley out in front. James Normoyle from all the way towards the back of the pack now up into that second spot as he tries to jump up here and battle for the lead with that 18 ride. Isley with another picture-perfect restart as he continues to try to stretch his lead out here. See Dean Reynolds right there in position number 3 as Dean trying to take a look down low here and makes the pass on that 721 ride. The caution flag is gonna fly here once again. Some of these drivers definitely having a little bit of a hard time deeper in the field here as this racetrack is definitely proving why it's one of the toughest ones out here, man. This is a tough racetrack, and especially once it gets this slicked off, it can get kind of treacherous out here, as some of these guys definitely showing it that this slickness is definitely hard to handle. That one, Matt Purchase, unfortunate break there. That right rear tire just gets up into the outside wall there. It kind of bites into the wall, and that's going to send him for a wild ride, but I am going to give him a 10 out of 10 for his landing here. I don't think his landing could have gotten any better for the 53 ride of Matt Purchase. Just banking it off the wall, going upside down here. He's going to roll it right over the corner one wall, and he's going to park it right here in that little bit of a triangle in corner number 1 between the outside wall there in corner number 1 and the front stretch wall. So, I mean, I'm going to give a 10 out of 10 for that landing. That was pretty sick. I don't think I've seen anyone ever park a ride there before. As we got them stacked back up, and we're going to go back to green flag racing as the green flag back out in the air here once again. Never mind the caution flag coming right back out here. Not sure what this caution flag was for. I don't know if anyone actually went around or if that was just them trying to delay the caution flag here. I think that's all that was them trying to delay it, but unfortunately it was just a little bit late. Now they gotta wait for this iRacing pace truck to catch up to them here and make the pass and try to go around these guys. Start to collect them here once again. All right, as we got them all parked down here, you can see all these rides in the field that are still out there on the racetrack, getting ready to battle and duke it out here. Can't park there. 2 out of 10, no parking zone. 2 out of 10, no parking zone. I believe that. I believe that. You can't park there, guys. You can't park there, okay? It's a racetrack, not a sitting track, okay? Come on now. Get a move on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, Gavin Isley still out in front as the lights are turned off. That official iRacing pace truck. That means we are going to set these drivers loose here this time by as they get lined up here and ready to rock and roll. Gavin Isley leads the way with James Normoyle, Dean Reynolds, Ty Dickinson, and Tommy Bailey rounding out our top 5 here as we're going to get these drivers lined up and ready to go here. As you came here for a show, well, here you go as we're back to green flag racing here at Weedsport. A great restart there for the 18 ride of Gavin Isley. As Isley out in front here leading the way, we're going to get another caution flag here. Holy, as it looks like caution flag going to come out this time for Matt Purchase. Jumping out onto the racetrack here. Why is this a thing, iRacing? Why is this a thing? Come on now. The track was clear once he got out onto the track, but unfortunately, iRacing deciphering that they don't want anyone to jump back onto the racetrack after the green flag has been thrown, and they're going to throw the caution flag once again for a driver just driving out onto the racetrack. tough break there as we just want to get some good green flag laps here under our belts. I know Gavin Isley, he's getting tired of it. I know that 18 ride, after hitting so many perfect restarts here, he doesn't want to test his luck as that 721 ride of James Normoyle continues to learn more and more about how he's handling these restarts, and Isley's going to have to try to keep him guessing here. Well, that's going to get tougher and tougher with so many restarts. That may bring the opportunity for the 721 ride to get a great restart and be able to jump out to his outside, or maybe drive it in underneath of him and steal that top spot away. So Isley definitely wants to see this one just go clean and green the rest of the way here. Yo, Frank Fonda, V2R, coming in with the likes on the stream. Let's get it, baby, as we are going to go green flag racing. I'm about to pee my pants too long. Oh no, Ty, my boy. Just do it, just pee him. As we are back to green flag racing. Gavin Isley out in front. James Normoyle right there in second with Dean Reynolds and Ty Dickinson. They're in third and fourth. Tommy Bailey there in fifth, but he's got the W6 ride. Michael Peak all over him and some contact. Right behind these guys is Derek Anderson muscling his way past Jamie Jeffers, and now you see the 20 ride of Cody Sager and Cody Wheaton battling side by side, and here comes the 51 ride of Clay Christopherson back up inside the top 10 here as he makes the pass on the 88 ride of Cody Wheaton. So Cody Wheaton back outside of the top 10, and here comes Joseph Getman. Getman trying to work his way up into the top 10 as well, as he's right underneath the 88 ride. Gavin Isley, though, out in front by about 7/10 of a second, as that Performance Automotive machine has 8 more laps left to go. This time by, you can see how closely he's running right against that inside wall here. Let's see if we can get an angle right here from that left front tire down here for corner number 3 and 4. As the caution flag flies, we were going to get a good look at it there, as we'll see that 20 ride unfortunately going around here. I do believe that is Nick Stone possibly getting collected in it as well. As Cody Sager goes around here, let's take a look and see what happens. Sager sends it in there. The 22 ride of Joseph Getman gets into him. Getman then gets hit by the 88 ride, which shoves him farther into the 20 ride of Cody Sager, and unfortunate break there for Cody Sager, and a lot of heavy damage there as well to Joseph Getman, as well, as Getman gets a hard lick into this one. He just gets into him right there, tries to check up, and then the 88 ride does not. A great drive there by the 21 ride, and the 19 being able to get around that one without any additional contact or damage there, as we'll jump right on board here with Andrew Gates and see exactly what he sees here, as this 21 ride does a great job to avoid the contact. Great job checking up there by that Gates graphics machine. He avoids that contact not only down there in corner number 4, but also in corner number 1 there. We're going to go back to green flag racing as Gavin Isley back out in front here with 4 more laps left to go. Gavin Isley out in front. James Normoyle right there in position number 2. He's looking for a way to get around this 18 machine, as Isley's been out in front all night long. Dean Reynolds doing a great job right there in position number 3. Ty Dickinson and Tommy Bailey still holding down our top 5, as here comes Clay Christopherson. It's Christopherson now up into position number 6 after he gives a little bit of a bump to the W6 to take that 6th position away, and we're going to get a late race caution flag. The last thing Isley wanted to see was another caution flag here, and it looks like Cody Sager unfortunately jumping back out of the pits here. And that's going to bring the caution flag back out. Gets stopped right there, and as soon as he gets stopped out on the racetrack past that green cone, that's what brings the caution flag out. And a tough break in this one as caution flag number 6 brought to you by iRacing there for drivers just trying to come back out onto the racetrack, not for actual cautions, so that's a tough one. So we're going to line them back up and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing as we got 3 more laps left to go. I do believe this is going to be a green-white checkered finish here. A little bit of a green-white checkered as we're going to get ready to rock and roll here. Start kicking them, I know. Don't worry, fellas, all pack in the dirt street stock track. I know you will, Brycey Bear. I know you'll get that packed in. And you know what? It works out well for me. As soon as this race is over, we're going to be jumping right into some dirt street stock action, as this is going to be right after this one. A little bit of back-to-back races here on a Tuesday night. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, as we get ready to set these drivers back loose for a 3-lap shootout. Actually, it's going to be a 2-lap shootout here to the end in this one. As the green flag back out in the air here for Gavin Isley, as Isley with a great restart. He's going to get 2 more laps left to go here from our officials as James Normoyle tries to catch back up to his rear bumper. Dean Reynolds right there in third, letting him run away here as Gavin Isley out of corner number 4 is going to see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for Gavin Isley. James Normoyle Jr. trying to find a way to get around this Performance Automotive number 18 ride, the Dingman Farms machine, as he comes out of corner number 4. No one's going to be able to beat him as Isley picks up the checkered flag here at Weedsport as he has to drive around some more carnage in corner number 2 and down the backstretch. As Dan Ferguson and the 15 ride there of Nick Stone, unfortunately, both turned around there. As Gavin Isley's going to park it up on top of the hill here at Weedsport. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see some checkered flags fly here up in the chat for that 18 machine as Gavin Isley runs a picture-perfect race here, coming home in position number 1. A great drive there by James Normoyle Jr. as Normoyle comes home in position number 2. Dean Reynolds in the 79 ride coming home there in position number 3. And a great comeback there for Clay Christopherson as he jumps back up inside the top 5, gets around Tommy Bailey and Ty Dickinson to snag that 4th position away. And Ty Dickinson in that 9 ride coming home in position number 5. Unfortunate break there for Ty as he was in that 4th position. I think he was a little bit too worried about having to go pee than what he was of having to try to finish this race. As I know he really had to take a leak there. He was talking about it about 5 minutes ago. He jumped up into the chat and talked about how he had to go to the bathroom. I think these drivers are going to have to start they're going to have to start, you know, maybe using some catheters or something. You know, Ty, you're going to have to get yourself a catheter out there so that way you can have that. If you need to go, you can just go, you know, get a little bag there or something for you, or maybe a little bottle or something. I don't know. Nice run, Jimmer. A good run there by our whole top 3, man. Dean Reynolds did a great job there. I needed green flag. James, you definitely needed some green flag racing, man. Definitely needed some green flag racing there. But, man, James, a great run. I do believe, where did Normoyle start? He was like 16th or somewhere back there. He was deep in this one. The 18th position. So, 18th to 2nd there for the 721 ride of James Normoyle. Gavin Isley started outside of row number 1. He took the lead right away in that 18 ride, never looked back as he kept his way right there in the top of the track there. As these guys messing with the names a little bit here. That's Gavin Isley, not Jessica Powers. Come on now, fellas. Come on now. Normoyle there in 2nd. So, I mean, we did have Jessica Powers, and we also had Bubba Wallace in this race. Unfortunately, Bubba lost his cool there and tried to take out the other 51 ride. I think he won it. Only one 51 ride in the field here tonight. Yo, Dean Reynolds, my boy Dean, coming in some action that like on the stream as well. coming in, showing that love. Midnight Toker coming in with that like as well on the stream. Take the podium. Good run, guys. Great run there, Dean. Great run, my boy. A good, solid drive there all night long out of that 79 ride, and keeping your mind in there. You're keeping your focus that whole time, trying to continue to hit those restarts and keep all those other hungry drivers right there at bay. Was a heck of a run and a heck of a drive there for the 79 crew. I mean, all these guys, man, put on a great show here for us as we're going to get ready to jump into our next session here in just a few more moments, as we're going to jump into some dirt street stock action right after this one, chat. A little bit of dirt street stocks coming right up here in a couple seconds. Big apologies to you, dude. I don't know what happened to my wheel in that heat. I would never do that on purpose. Absolutely, Ty. We know you wouldn't do that shit, man. We know you wouldn't do that, especially in the first time running in the league with these guys. Like, I knew you wouldn't do something stupid like that, and then taking it on the chin like a champion there, taking that EOL to start the feature and everything else is definitely a good move, and a tough break there for yourself. And we saw some craziness here in this one, chat. We definitely saw some craziness here in this one, but we're going to get ready to load into the next race here. You know what we're going to do? We are going to try and see if we can find a little something here to throw up. Something that's probably about 8 minutes. We got a replay here of something that's about 8 minutes long. Let me take a look here. Watch this. I don't think we watched this one. All right, chat, we're going to quickly jump in to the next session, but what we are going to do is we are actually going to pull in our replay race of the Lone Star Racing crew here, as we're going to quickly close this out. We're going to quickly move this up here so it's kind of out of the way here where I can work on it. So we're going to pull this down here. We're going to go like that, and we are going to make this bigger, and we are going to get a little bit of a replay in here ourselves, as we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get loaded into the next session. But don't go anywhere, as we're going to have street stock action just like this one in a few more moments. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this replay of our Lone Star Racing dirt street stock race from a couple weeks ago. As I don't know where the volume is here. There we go. There we go. We got that figured out now, chat. As we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation, the green flag out here in the dirt shootout, as these guys go to battle here for their second race of the series, and a good run through the high side of 1 and 2 for William Hargraves. Hargraves is going to lead lap number 1 as that Dirt Panda ride out in front, leading the way. He's going to bring Drew Blaze right there with him as they make the pass on the 05 ride of Daryl Larson. Larson sliding back to third, as now he's got Clifford Bellamy right up there on the high side, trying to get to that right rear quarter panel, trying to work his way to the outside of the 05 ride. Jordan LeBon right there as well, up inside the top 5, as he's got Brandon Marlowe and Dane Lloyd right there behind him, as a couple of the Hot Lap Hero rides trying to get up into the fun here, as well as they would love to try to join this top 5 battle, as they almost go 3 wide right there off corner number 4. Starting to get a little single file here in the front of the field, as it is still William Hargraves out in front. Drew Blaze right there in second. In position number 3 in the 002, that is Clifford Bellamy doing a great job, as Clifford having a heck of a run here. Charlotte Speedway being very, very good here to the 002 ride of Clifford Bellamy, as he's doing a fantastic job up there on the high side of the racetrack. We're already 5 laps in and 30 more laps left to go, battling all around this racetrack as that Shocker Motorsports number 46 ride of Wayne Pierce tries to work his way up past a couple of these Hot Lap Hero rides. Here comes Jim Revis right through the middle, one of the only PWR rides really in this field. Jim Revis doing a great job right through the middle of the racetrack. He's got Skylar Pruitt there to his outside. That finishes out our top 10 right there with Skylar Pruitt, and everyone else behind them they are beating and banging as we're gonna see our first caution flag of the night. Our first caution flag coming out here. We're gonna take a look and see what happens. It looks like Robert King and Leo Tucker unfortunately having some issues here. Looks like something was already going on here with possibly, I don't even know who that was. I think that was Leo Tucker. Yeah, going down through the infield here. Looks like he tries to rejoin the field and then just kind of, the 24 ride somewhat loses it there as well. So both drivers, the 24 and the 32, coming together there as the 24 ride starts to lose it there through the slickness. All right, as we are back to green flag racing, and there it is, the big jump out of the 71 ride. A great restart as he quickly slides up to the high side there and clears Drew Blaze. And man, oh man, did he ever get a jump? He's out to about a 3-4 car length lead now as Drew Blaze trying to catch right back up to his rear bumper. As it looks like we're going to go right back to the caution flag here. This looks like some more contact being made after that green flag was thrown. We're going to get a look and see what happens. Oh, it looks like Jim Revis in the 57 ride, maybe having some issues. Wayne Pierce might be reflected in this. Oh, Wayne gets into his back bumper, then everyone kind of just gets into it. Oh, man, they all just start piling up. But Jim Revis, it looks like to be the only driver to go around here. So we'll take another look and see what happens. Pierce tries to get to the high side. Didn't expect the 57 ride not to go up onto that high side, and unfortunately, Jim Revis going around there in that iRacing iFlag Papa Mike Promotions number 57 ride. These drivers are about to get set loose here once again. Can William Hargraves get another great restart this time? Drew Blaze a little bit better on that one, but not enough. As William Hargraves quickly clears up, jumps up to the high side, right there, hits that berm, gets a good run going down the backstretch. Drew Blaze right there in second is now Jordan LaFawn up into that third spot. As you can see, a little bit of that slider line starting to come in there for 3 and 4. They send it in way down low and then slide up to the high side. They stick there to the high side all the way through on the backstretch. These guys continue to beat and bang. Travis Farkas trying to work his way towards the front. We see Cutter Spalding from deep in the field now up inside the top 12 as he's trying to break his way into the top 10 here. So a good run so far for Cutter Spalding. He's got Justin Johnson right there to his outside in the 94 of Bo Barron there in his inside as the caution flag is going to fly here once again. Caution flag coming back out. We're going to take another look and see what happens. So far, not the night that Jim Revis would want to have, as it looks like the 57 ride, unfortunately, having some more contact there as Chris Pio, unfortunately, piles into him and sends that 57 down into the infield. As we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, William Hargraves is going to set these drivers loose here once again in another perfect restart there for the Dirt Panda number 71 ride. As William Hargraves out in front here trying to pull away from the rest of the field. Drew Blaze trying to stay right there with him. Clifford Bellamy's now worked his way up into third, but he's hard into the outside wall, and the caution flag coming back out right there behind him. Okay, he gets into the back of the 50 ride. I think when he gets back into the rear of the 50 ride, it kind of just lifts his rear tires up, sends that car a little bit sideways. Nowhere to go there for Caleb Ramsey as he gets a little piece of him. Helps him go around there. As you can see, him just trying to hold on to it there on the high side. Nowhere to go for Mr. Ramsey as he was right there. Nope. Yeah, just a little too quick. You can hear Ramsey getting out of the gas there. As the green flag back out in the air here, single file restarts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, drivers can get maybe a couple laps in here. Try to clean them up a little bit. God, I can't see where this thing is. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we got the Battle of the Borders back in action here, you guys want to check out the rest of that replay, make sure you go back through the page. It was posted about 3 days ago. That was our Lone Star Racing League from about 3 days ago. And we posted that highlight video if you guys want to go check that out. As we are back to racing action here. As these drivers out onto the racetrack here. Suzette, what is good? Suzette France coming in, smashing that like button on the stream, showing that love as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. I want Excel tonight. It was a good movie. Let's go. Hey, man, good movies are always awesome to watch. I want the movie, the dog movie. Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about there, Suzette. Yeah, that looks like a great movie. I'm not sure what that's called. The Dog's Life or something like that? Something like that. Yo, Josh Blakely, my boy Blakely coming in with that like on the stream. What is good, Josh? What is good, my boy? Josh coming in, showing that love, smashing that like on the stream. Lonnie Gear coming in with that like and the share as well. What's good, Lonnie? What's good, my boy? Haymaker coming in with that like as well. What is good, Haymaker? Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. As you see these drivers out onto the racetrack, there's the 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson. As Bryce Dickinson up into the field in this one with that Next Level Racing NH Lens Papa Mike Promotions Elite Performance Industries ride, as Bryce Dickinson out here to show these drivers how to get it done here tonight. Does your Epic code work if you buy games or just shit in Fortnite? It works for everything, Kev. It works for everything, but I gotta get it refired up, and they're like restructuring it, so like it's basically shut down right now. So it's like a tough time for me to try to get it back going, but I sent them an email the other day, and they should have it back up and running here in a little bit, hopefully. So yeah, so when you buy games or any in-store purchases through Epic, any of that stuff, that's where it'll work. So it will work on new games and everything else. It's called the XL Dog Movie. He's in another good movie as well. Nice. Let's go. The XL movie, the dog movie. All right, I'm down. That seems like a pretty good movie. Any kind of a dog movie is pretty good. We want to buy the Harry Potter game. Yeah, I know. I definitely want to buy the Harry Potter game as well, but it doesn't come out until, what, February? I believe it comes out in February there, mister. All right, as we're going to line these drivers up, we're going to get ready here for heat race number 1. Heat race number 1 coming out onto the racetrack here as these drivers all loaded in and ready to go here. We got another good field of cars out here in the track, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll, starting on the pole in this one, in that Fox Racing number 11 ride. That is Dan Ferguson into his outside. In the 84 machine, it's the NH Lens Papa Mike Promotions Elite Performance Industries ride. That is Bryce Dickinson. Starting inside of row number 2 in the 14 machine is the Gravedigger ride of Derek Anderson into his outside. In the 2 ride, it's the DWR, the Dirt Warrior Racing, Evil One Graphics, iRacing, iFlag, Papa Mike Racing Machine, Papa Mike Promotions Machine of Ty Dickinson. Starting in position number 5 on the inside of row number 3, it's that Performance Automotive number 18 ride of Gavin Isley into his outside, and that Superflow 053. That is Matt Purchase, and rounding out our field in the 12 ride, the Miller High Life machine. That is the 12 ride of Joseph Getman. As we got 7 drivers getting ready to go to battle here, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, as the 11 rider Dan Ferguson waiting for that green flag to fly. He's going to get a great restart. He's going to try to slide up in front of Bryce Dickinson. Bryce going to drive it down low here and cross him over, as they're 3 wide right there behind him now, trying to go 3 wide for the lead here, as Gavin Isley trying to work his way up towards the front of the field. Bryce Dickinson, though, is going to lead lap number 1 as he slides rides up and clears the 11 ride of Dan Ferguson, as Ferguson back there in position number 2. He's under fire now as Ty Dickinson in that DWR number 2 ride tries to take that second spot away. As you can see, it's getting a little bit slick right there on the high side of the racetrack, as that's where everyone's trying to run except for the 18 ride of Gavin Isley. Isley's going to try to keep it right down a little bit lower, about a lane underneath of that good slick banking there on the high side of the racetrack. That's where you see these guys finding a lot of speed here early on in this one, as Bryce Dickinson right up there against that outside wall, sending it up there, hitting that berm, getting a great run off the corner here, just hitting these perfect laps after lap here, as Bryce Dickinson out in front trying to pull away in this one. Dan Ferguson trying to hang on to position number 2, as he almost lost it there in corner number 3 and 4. As here comes Ty Dickinson now looking down low here, as Ty's going to drive it down to the bottom side here. He's going to try to make the pass on the 11 ride of Dan Ferguson. Fergie, though, is going to stay up there on the high side. He's going to get some great runs off the corner, and he's going to stay there in position number 2 as Ty Dickinson falls back into line. We're going to see the white flag fly one more time around, though, for Bryce Dickinson, as Bryce Dickinson out in front, leading the way here down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, and Bryce Dickinson is going to pick up heat race win number 1. Dan Ferguson coming home in second. Ty Dickinson there in third. Gavin Isley, Derek Anderson, Matt Purchase, and Joseph Getman rounding out our field. Heat race number 1 in the books as we get ready to go back to green flag racing here. As heat race number 2 starting to load up onto the sim here, as we are at the beautiful Fairbury Speedway, as these guys are ready to put on another wicked show here for us. Let's get it, chat. Let's get it, baby. Game with so much MMO potential, but they make it a single player. Yeah, I know, right, Clay? I know. It would be really cool if it was more of like an open world kind of game. That would be pretty cool, like an open world, like I don't know, not like Valheim or anything like that, but I don't know. There's definitely some cool things that they could do with that Harry Potter game, and I think you know, potentially in the future it'll kind of get like that. Hopefully in the future it'll kind of get more and more crazy like that. Hope Ty's wheel doesn't break again. I know, right, Nick? I know. That dang wheel just breaking randomly out of nowhere. Way to go, boys. Way to go. Let's go. Susie, Nick, my boy. Let's go, Chad. As we're going to get ready here for race number 2. Heat race number 2 about to get ready to go here. Yo, Trent Langston coming in. What's up, my dude? What is up, Trent? How you doing, homie? How you doing? As heat race number 2 on the racetrack, and you can see our pole sitter, the 13 ride of Remington Marquette, in that Kyle Larson. HendrickCars.com 13 ride leading the way with Kyle Creasy there to his outside, starting in position number 3 in the 4, actually in the 69 ride. That is Michael Peak. To his outside is Tommy Bailey. Starting in position number 5 in the Nick Stone ride, that is Tyler Bushy. Into his outside, that is James Normoyle. And ringing up the rear of the field, that is Cody Sager in the 20 machine, as we are green flag racing here once again at Fairbury Speedway. The 13 ride of Remington Marquette out in front here. He's going to lead lap number 1, as it looks like he's going to jump up and clear the 17 ride of Kyle Creasy. Creasy up there on the high side here, as they're 2 wide. Right there behind him is James Normoyle in the 27 ride, trying to work his way past a couple of these drivers. Tommy Bailey up into the outside wall. He barely caught that ride as he was hard into that outside wall. Some more beating and banging back here, as now Michael Peak and Cody Sager are going to play a little bit of bumper tag there down the backstretch as they were beating and banging. You see Tommy Bailey and Mr. Tyler Bushy battling side by side here now, as well, as it looks like Bushy in that X15 ride, who's named Nick Stone, is going to take that 4th spot away there. These guys having some fun with their names here on the old iRacing, on the old sim here, mixing their names up, but making it absolute hell for me, as Kyle Creasy and Remington Marquette continue to battle here for the lead. It looks like Marquette going to stay just barely out in front, but Kyle Creasy right there to the outside is now Normoyle's right there as well. And here comes Tyler Bushy with a big run down on the bottom side. Some contact, around goes Normoyle. The white flag is going to fly here. White flag in the air. Two more laps left to go, sorry. As Nick Stone, Mr. Tyler Bushy out in front now as he forces his way into that top spot. But here comes Remington Marquette as now the white flag flies one more time around here as the 13 ride down the bottom side. Here comes Tommy Bailey looking for a big slider down here. Here comes the 69 ride of Michael Peak. Some contact 4 wide, and it's going to be Tyler Bushy picking up the checkered flag here in heat race number 2. Michael Peak, Tommy Bailey, Remington Marquette, Cody Sager, Kyle Creasy, and James Normoyle going to round out our field there in heat race number 2. That one was a little bit crazy there as those guys were definitely beating and banging. They were going to force their way up into that picture there one way or another. I can swear to you that those guys somewhat knew what they were doing out there on the racetrack. All right, as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 3 as these drivers are going to jump out onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session. They're going to quickly jump out onto the racetrack here. They're going to get warmed up and ready to go here for our A-main feature event. And the first car you see out on the racetrack is that Next Level Racing ride of Bryce Dickinson, as Bryce looking primed and ready here to try to pick up a checkered flag here tonight, as that 84 ride has been looking very, very good here all evening long. And here he is up inside the top 10 here all night long. Well, he's been led every lap there in heat race number 1. Looked very, very stout from the drop of the green flag there. And he's going to be our pole sitter in this one as he's going to start there on the top spot. Zach Grip Hackney, number 84 ride, looking to try to do what he does best, and that's stay out in front and try to win another one of these dirt street stock races. And he's looking very, very good here at Fairbury. We've seen him have some great runs here at this racetrack, so we'll have to wait and see if he can get it done here once again tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as these drivers start to finish their warm-up session, we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments. Let me see here. Let's see if we can get some music going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you came here for a show. Well, here you go as we're going to get these drivers loaded in here on the front stretch at Fairbury Speedway. Starting on the pole in this one in the 84 machine, that is Bryce Dickinson. Into his outside in the X15, that is Tyler Bushy. Starting there inside of row number 2 in the 11 ride, that is Dan Ferguson. Into his outside in the 69 ride, that is Michael Peak. Starting inside of row number 3 in the DWR iRacing iFlag Papa Mike Promotions ride, that is Ty Dickinson. Into his outside in the 44 ride, that is Tommy Bailey. Starting inside of row number 4 in the 18 machine, that is Gavin Isley. Into his outside in the HendrickCars.com machine, that is the 13 ride of Remington Marquette. Starting inside of row number 5 in the 17 ride, actually in the 14 ride here in this one, that is Derek Anderson. Into his outside, rounding out our top 10, that is the 20 machine of Cody Sager. Then we see Kyle Creasy, James Normoyle, Matt Purchase, and Joseph Getman supposed to round out our field here as we're going to get these drivers stacked up and we're going to get ready here for our green flag. So we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. Bryce Dickinson and Tyler Bushy are going to lead us down here to the green flag as our flagman has that green flag in his hand, and he is going to set us loose here as we are free flag racing here at Fairbury Speedway. Bryce Dickinson down through the middle, some heavy contact deeper in the field. We saw Gavin Isley in the 27 ride of James Normoyle getting collected in that one, as it is all Tyler Bushy out in front as he leads lap number 1. This 69 ride of Michael Peak almost drives up a little bit tight there into the side of the 84 ride, but Bryce Dickinson all over the back bumper here of the X15 of Tyler Bushy. Bushy trying to hold on to that top spot as more contact deeper in the field there as Tommy Bailey muscles his way up into position number 3 and side by side there for a little bit for our top spot as Bryce Dickinson continues to try to find his way around the X15 of Tyler Bushy. Bushy doing a great job holding off that hard charging 84 ride as the NH Lens Elite Performance Industries ride tries to take that top spot away. All these drivers doing a fantastic job here, keeping it clean and green through the first little bit of this one. Jeff Dickinson cheering on the Dickinson boys here as Ty unfortunately sliding back a little bit there on the green flag, but he's trying to work his way back up towards the front here as he's kind of stuck down on the bottom side. Now he's going to take it down pit side here. I'm not sure what happened there to the 2 ride of Ty Dickinson. Unfortunately, taking it down pit side here and taking that ride off the racetrack. I don't know what happened there to Ty, but an unfortunate break there for that JRE DWR iRacing iFlag machine. As now the caution flag is going to fly as Tyler Bushy still out in front. Looks like Cody Sager unfortunately going to go around in that 20 ride as we're going to take a look and see what happens here. 20 ride just sends it in there. Looks like the 14 ride tries to go for the big slide job. He kind of drives right into the back bumper of him. Goes around there, pointed in the wrong direction and stopped there on the racetrack. Our officials throw that caution flag with our leaders coming down the front stretch there. Luckily enough, no contact as our leaders got checked up in time to avoid any additional wreckage there. As we're going to stack them back up and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Tyler Bushy out in front, the 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson right there in position number 2. Still not too sure what happened to the 2 ride of Ty Dickinson. I don't know, maybe if he had to go pee again or something maybe. I'm not sure what happened there to Ty. As we're going to go back to green flag racing as the green flag back out of the air, and a great restart there for the X15 of Tyler Bushy as he continues to lead the way. Some contact. Tommy Bailey is going to go around and the caution flag is going to come back out. The caution flag coming back out here as Tommy Bailey tries to drive it in there on the bottom side of the racetrack. A little bit of contact as he slides up into the 84 ride. Nowhere to go for Bryce Dickinson, but that little bit of contact and some help there to the rear bumper of the 44 ride. Lifting those rear tires up is going to spin Tommy Bailey around. And a tough break there for that 44 machine. As that Boyer Chevrolet ride going around here. He's going to take that down pit side. Looks like he's going to try to get some work done to that one as he pulls into his pit box. Going to try to get some repairs done as we're going to get him stacked back up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Tyler Bushy out in front. Bryce Dickinson right there in second. He's been all over Tyler Bushy here in this one as he looks to try to take this lead away and try to run away with this one. As the laps continue to click off, Bryce is going to have to try to find something, but I know that 84 ride seems to always get better the slicker and slicker this racetrack gets. See Tommy Bailey getting a wave around, getting his lap back here onto the racetrack as we're going to get him loaded in and back to green flag racing here. A good restart there for Tyler Bushy, but an even better restart for Bryce Dickinson. Up on the high side, he's got to run, but Bushy comes up and blocks it. He's going to take a look now down low as Bryce going to try the bottom side here. Going to go right through the middle, but that high side is that preferred line all the way around the racetrack. And don't look now, but here comes that 27 ride of James Normoyle and the 18 ride of Gavin Isley as they work their way now up into the top 5 as Remington Marquette right there in between those two, but Isley up there on that high side looking to try to make that pass on the 13 ride. Here comes the 69, some contact. Normoyle's going to go around. Somehow they keep it clean and green. There's the caution flag. There we go, the caution flag coming out now as James Normoyle, unfortunately, going around there after a little bit of contact with Gavin Isley right there on his back bumper. Some heavy damage there to the 27 ride. He's going to take it down pit side here as he goes basically head on with the 13 ride. You see the 11 of Dan Ferguson trying to avoid that carnage as well. But I do believe the actual caution flag came out as we had one driver jumping back out onto the racetrack. I do believe that was Remington. No, Remington entered the pits there. So, yeah, it was for James Normoyle, unfortunately, going around there. Well, tough break there for the 27 ride as he gets some work done to that ride, takes it down pit side. But now he's going to be deep in this one. So is it Gavin Isley and Tommy Bailey as they both go down pit side as well and get some work done to their rides. As the pace truck's going to make the hard left-hand turn, Tyler Bushy and Bryce Dickinson are going to lead us back down to the green flag here. A great restart there by the X15 ride, but here comes the 84 down to the bottom side. A big slide job as he slides in front of the X15 side by side down the backstretch. X15 to Tyler Bushy. He's now going to slide up in front of Bryce Dickinson. Dickinson going to try to take that bottom side again as the caution flag coming back out. Looks like Cody Sanger, Remington Marquette, Matt Purchase, and Tommy Bailey all getting collected here in this one. And some more carnage unfolding here at Fairbury. So it looks like more contact. The 27 ride and the 13 ride kind of collected. Matt Purchase and the 44 ride getting a piece of that one as well. And a lot of mayhem here in this one. And the 27 ride of James Normoyle getting hard into that outside wall again there. We're going to get a replay of this one. Let's see if we can get a far chase angle. This 20 ride. As James Normoyle just kind of gets into the back of the 14 ride, and the 13 gets into him, and then they all just kind of start piling into each other there. Isley just barely being able to hang on to that one, and a great move there as well by the 17 ride of Kyle Creasy as he avoids all this contact here. He's the last car to run into this, but does a great job to avoid it. All right, as we're going to go back to green flag racing. Tyler Bushy still out in front. Bryce Dickinson right there in second as they're battling side by side back there for position number 3 on the racetrack. The 69 ride of Michael P going to take that third spot away, but Derek Anderson says, I'm not done yet. I'm going to continue to battle here as Gavin Isley tries to work his way back up inside the top 5 as he's going to make the pass there past Dan Ferguson for 5th. Some more contact as around goes the 14 ride of Derek Anderson, and Gravedigger goes around in the caution flag coming back out here in this one. A tough break there for Derek Anderson, and that Gravedigger machine has a lot of contact there at a corner number 4, and unfortunately for him, he's going to get the worst end of that deal as he's going to go around here. Looks like Gavin Isley just kind of getting into the back of him. They start to go around here, and then everyone just kind of helping the 18 ride into it even more, and an unfortunate break there for Derek Anderson getting collected and going around there in that one. All right, we're going to stack them back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Tyler Bushy and Bryce Dickinson, the two drivers at the front of the field who've been battling here neck and neck all night long here in these dirt street stocks. We're going to get ready to set them back loose here once again as Tyler Bushy out in front in that pink Panther X15 machine as he is going to see the lights turn off that official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing this time by. Pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn. We're going to see these drivers get the green flag. Is a great restart there out of the X15 of Tyler Bushy. The 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson's going to stay right there with him. He's going to leave the high side a little bit open. Isley was thinking about trying to shove his car into that hole there, but unfortunately for him, that Bryce quickly drives up to the high side and blocks that high lane away there from that 18 machine of Isley as Mr. Tyler Bushy still out in front here, continuing to lead the way as we are 32 laps in now of 50. So we're going to have 18 more laps left to go this time by as Tyler Bushy out in front. Bryce Dickinson right there in second. See Tommy Bailey almost losing it back there in position number 5 is the 13 ride of Remington Marquette there in position number 6 in that HendrickCars.com ride as he's all over our 5th place driver's rear bumper. Michael Peak trying to catch up to this lead pack as well as that 69 ride. Right up there is our top 4. You can almost throw a blanket over them as we're going to see the caution flag coming back out here. The caution flag coming back out as we're going to take a look and see what brings out our caution flag here once again as it looks like Derek Anderson. Gravedigger unfortunately having some more issues here as the 14 ride and the 053 ride come together there off corner number 2. Anderson going to get spun around, backing it into that outside wall and pointing in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, that caution flag is going to come back out. Oof. Tough break there for Gravedigger. He was trying to work his way back up through the track there, trying to pass some more cars, but we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Bryce Dickinson looking for a great restart here, but so isn't Gavin Isley, as Isley's looking to try to maybe take over that second spot, but maybe trying to take over the top spot as well as Bushy. Super loose there at a corner number 2 as Bryce Dickinson still right there on his back bumper. The 18 ride of Gavin Isley, though, down to the inside here as Isley is going to try to work the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to look for a slide job there. He knew he wasn't going to clear him as Bryce Dickinson continues to stay right on the back bumper here of Tyler Bushy. I feel like Bryce right now may have the better car. He just has to figure out a way to get around this X15 as that high side is definitely that preferred line out there on the racetrack. Here he goes, Bryce looking for the big slide job down here in 3 and 4, looking to try to get a good run as Bushy and him side by side here. Bushy going to go for the big slider and a little bit of payback there, and 1 and 2 is now the 69 ride hard into the outside wall as the caution flag is going to fly here. I don't know how they're going to score it. I don't know if they're going to give that top spot to Bryce Dickinson or if they're going to give it back to Tyler Bushy. We'll have to wait and see how iRacing calls it. But we're going to take a look back there as it looked like Remington Marquette, the 69 ride, as well, all getting up into that outside wall here. See the 69 ride get hard into the outside wall right there, climbs the fence. The 13 ride gets collected into it. Dan Ferguson trying to avoid it, slides in, gets a piece of that one. So does Matt Purchase, getting a little bit of damage there. Ferguson just trying to hang on to that thing afterwards. He kind of got bounced around there for a little bit. Let's just jump right on board here with Fergie. As Fergie getting bounced around here a bit. Let's play it back here as he gets a good look at this one as the 69 ride hard into that outside wall. Marquette goes around. He just tries to avoid it. The rear end just kind of tags it a little bit. Matt Purchase gets into him. He slides up the racetrack, and then the 14 ride gets up into him. Then he gets up into the outside wall. The tough break there is we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing as Bryce Dickinson, our new race leader, and Tyler Bushy is going to go around here off the green flag here. No caution flag as Bryce Dickinson still out in front. There's the caution flag now. Michael Peak going around now, the 18 ride as well. As Tyler Bushy goes around here off the start of this one. Looked like he had the 69 ride, or actually the 44 ride of Tommy Bailey parked right there underneath of him. Really helps him go around here off the start of this one right there. Just kind of hooks his right rear and just spins him around over to go for the 13 ride. Then you see the 69 ride trying to avoid him. And then some more carnage afterwards up at the front here is Gavin Isley trying to take that car down to the bottom of the racetrack. The 20 ride of Cody Sager getting a hard piece of that. The 14 ride as well getting collected. I think that's going to mix things up here at the front of the field as Bryce Dickinson out in front now. Gavin Isley there in second. We see Tommy Bailey there in third. Derek Anderson there in fourth. Matt Purchase up into fifth. Dan Ferguson, Remington Marquette, Michael Peak, Cody Sager, and Tyler Bushy rounding out our field here as Bushy had to go down pit side and get some work done to that ride. As we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose. The lights are turned off. That pace truck, he's going to make the hard left-hand turn back down pit side, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Bryce Dickinson out in front here. As no, the caution flag going to stay out on the racetrack. Looks like we are going to get another lap here. We're going to get another lap on the racetrack. Now the pace truck's going to make the hard left-hand turn. We're going to go back to green flag racing this time here as Bryce Dickinson and Gavin Isley bring us back down here to the start-finish line as Isley looking for a great restart. He kind of gets it there. The 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson going to have to slide up in front of him looking for the crossover out of the 18 ride. Some more contact there behind him. More cars going around him. More carnage as the caution flag going to come back out here once again. As Isley with a great restart there, sticking right to the outside. That really had to make some things work there, and it looked like the 18 ride of Gavin Isley trying to diamond the racetrack, knowing that that slide job was going to come out of the 84 ride. So when he cuts down the racetrack, I don't think he expects the 44 ride of Tommy Bailey to have his nose in there. Kind of drives down into it right there, spins him around, but we also saw the 14 ride and the 13 ride go around as well. We saw the 69 also get collected in that one again. That was Michael Peak getting a piece of that one. We'll take a look and see what happens here again as... Oh, just enough there, and then these guys just trying to avoid it all. Going around, doesn't look like too much damage there. Maybe a little bit done to the 69 ride of Michael Peak, but we're going to stack them back up, and we're going to get ready to do it here once again as we re-rack the field. Bryce Dickinson, Gavin Isley, 1 and 2. Let's see if Isley can get another good restart like he did that last time. He's going to stay right there to the outside of the 84 ride. Bryce going to look for the big slide job here, but the 18 ride's going to stay there to the outside in a big run down the backstretch as Gavin Isley's going to take the lead away here. Bryce Dickinson not getting the restart he needed, and that left the high side open for Gavin Isley as the white flag flies one more time around here. As now some contact. Bryce Dickinson gonna go down through the infield as Dan Ferguson collects our second place driver here, as it looks like Gavin Isley is gonna pick up the checkered flag here, and this one is more mayhem there. As we're going to take a look back and see what happens as Gavin Isley picks up the checkered flag. Tyler Bushy there in second, and Michael Peak coming home there in position number 3. Tommy Bailey, Matt Purchase there in 4th and 5th. Derek Anderson, Dan Ferguson, Cody Sager, Bryce Dickinson, Remington Marquette round out our top 10. Kyle Creasy, James Normoyle, Ty Dickinson, and Joseph Getman round out our top 14 as these drivers put on a heck of a show, and there is our top 3 drivers here in this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, though, that is going to do it for us tonight, as fortunately, we got to get ready to go to work. Oh, man. Oh, we don't want to go to work, but we has to. We has to. Unfortunately, we are going to call it there on that note. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for all of our racers here tonight, as our racers do a great job here tonight in this one, man. These guys put on a heck of a show for us. A lot of caution flags, a lot of carnage, and a lot of content, I suppose you could call that one. What the crap? I know, Susie. I know. And that's very uncharacteristic, honestly, of Dan Ferguson. Ferguson is a veteran driver. I don't know what happened there with that one, or what was going on with Fergie here, as he just sends it in there and unfortunately collects Bryce and ends his night, as we'll take a look back and see what happens. Let's jump right on board here with Dan Ferguson. He sends it in on the bottom side, drifts up the racetrack, and then just gets into that left rear quarter panel of Bryce. Collects the 15 ride of Tyler Bushy. Bushy kept it going there, but Ferguson taking himself out, and the 20 ride of Cody Sager as well. That's a tough break there. And that's definitely a tough break for the 84 ride. Unfortunately there, Bryce looked like he had this one locked up, but a great run there to the outside for Gavin Isley, as Isley stuck it up there on the high side and just let her eat. And then, fortunately there, that contact between Dan Ferguson and the 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson, setting Dickinson down pit side. The tough break, and then you see Gavin Isley pick up that checkered flag. Let's take a look back and see the checkered flag here, as Isley getting it done here with a great run up there on the high side. As carnage unfolds behind him here, he kind of has a nice clean track. You see the X15 try to send it in there. The 69 ride does, collects the 44 ride and drives him up into the outside wall there. So we'll take a look here at this one, as the 69 ride also sends it in there and collects the 44 ride, putting him up into the outside wall here. Tommy Bailey having to get out of the gas there to make it not as a hard hit as it was, and that's a tough break there for Tommy Bailey, as well as he was looking to have a top 3 there after all that carnage unfolded. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, a neat night. Yeah, I don't blame you on that one, Pricey Bear. I don't blame you on that one. It was a bit of a shit show here tonight. It certainly was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, unfortunately, we're going to call it there on that one. On that note, thank y'all for tuning in. Much love. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube Gaming, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button over there on YouTube as well. And, man, a wicked race there, and unfortunate break there for some drivers, as we saw a lot of carnage all around the racetrack. But nonetheless, some good content here throughout the night, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I will see y'all later tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to get going on. Maybe a little bit of Chili Bowl racing maybe tomorrow night. Maybe a little bit of Chili Bowl racing. Put into the wall every restart. Dump the last lap. I know, Bryce. Unfortunate break there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a run, what a race, baby. Let's go, chat. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh!
Show Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way, they gotta move. I gotta gas, they running on fumes. Told them way back, it's something new. It's me and Dan, you gotta choose. I'm taking what's mine, I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, I don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dotting those eyes. Don't take offense if I do not oblige. I can't relate with like none of these guys. They hit me once and I'm cutting the ties. I was so low, but I'm back on the rise, it's real. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm hopping now I gotta go. I'm looking back, they not even close. I had a 4, now I need a ghost. I got a wave like I'm on the coast. Same ones are down and I dare the show. So way that I'm ballin', they think I'm a pro. I'm getting sick by the money I gross. They saying whoa, I told them all what this is. I told them all I don't miss. Said it's my time, look at this shit on my wrist. And when they shootin' this brace, I'm going in. Ain't a new gig, gotta shift. I cannot stick to the script, I cannot wait. Watch how I get it and flip. It's just how I'm doing this shit that I'm gone. Just how I'm doing this shit that I'm gone.